Okay, YouTube, I need some advice. Go ahead and put your suggestions in the comments. I had a little bit of a issue over here. Let me flip the camera. Got some rot on the house. This is the footer board of the house. It actually goes all the way through into the basement. So I had to pull the deck off. As you can see. Now the question is how do I tackle this? We're thinking about keeping this concrete patio, but we're trying to decide what we want to do for the deck. You can kind of see underneath, we just got some pea gravel underneath there, but the deck for the rest of the way. So the question is, do we want to keep the deck, or do we just want to get rid of it and just have the pea gravel and put a garden here, or grass this, or possibly patio pavers down the road or something like that? Here's the big thing. The deck is kind of nice because it puts you really high up, and I got some pretty decent views out of my backyard, whereas if I don't have that, I don't get as nice of views. I'm standing up right now. I'd probably be sitting, so this is what my view would be, because I have this big privacy fence. So that's some of the negatives and positives of tearing it out. One of the positives is that this is really kind of very conducive to rodents. I'm trying to do something where trying to make it less hospitable, but that's one of the other issues. Rodents, you can see we got some like real erosion issues over here and stuff like that, so that might seal the deal. But great place for rodents to live under. I can seal it off, but that's not going to prevent mice and stuff like that from living under it. So that, and because it's kind of still low to the ground, it's only like 1.5 feet off the ground, it makes it kind of very conducive and nice for them. I was planning on keeping it, as you can see, although no matter what I do, the gazebo is staying. So I would have to, if this comes out, build a staircase up to the gazebo. This is my winter storage for a lot of equipment and stuff like that, just to kind of help protect it a little bit and leave it outside. Some of the things we've been discussing is that my wife doesn't like is that you have to come down outside and then come back up. I guess one option is we could just build the deck back over here the way it was. I personally like having the concrete patio. One of the other discussions we were talking about that would fix that is that this over here is our master bedroom window. This wouldn't be a right away problem, because right now we're paying for new siding and everything. Money's kind of an issue. But for a problem for future Mike, we could put a slider door here, and then it would walk right out into the deck. So that would kind of bring everything and make everything normal. I know for a while, and I don't know if it still is, but for a while that was really popular on houses, to have a door right on the master bedroom that came out onto a deck or something like that. So that's kind of what we were discussing, and just kind of getting rid of this. I think what the biggest issue with this is where everything was located. This downspout was just pouring water down. This junction actually failed and was not good at all. So I think that's actually been what the big issue over here has been with that footer board, has been the downspout. Eventually I want to take that around the corner there and just send it off to the side. But again, future Mike problem. So this is kind of where we're sitting right now. One of the other issues that comes up with getting rid of the deck is I have a shed that goes here. I took it down so we can get the siding put on. You can see the pieces of it there. That kind of gives me a break for the shed, so it makes sense. You see I got some equipment sitting over here as well. If that's gone, that kind of makes the break, makes putting the shed and stuff here less desirable, I guess you could say, less of a known thing. Now don't get me wrong, one thing I did think of, and I did not tell my wife because she would definitely poo-poo this idea right away and it would just kind of happen. I have gravel here. I have a nice pad to park a bunch of equipment on if this deck comes out. So what's your guys' thoughts? Put it down in the comments. Should we Just rebuild the deck back the way it was so that this is covered. I mean, do we patch up this concrete pad because I put pylons in the middle of it and have a concrete patio and keep the deck here? Or do we just take the deck out completely? I mean, regardless, I am going to have to take this apart, and that depends on how I take this apart, because I am going to have to take this off the house because I don't think it was installed properly. They didn't put the actual frost and water guard in between the deck and the house, which is probably another reason for that. So I also want to check that to make sure there isn't any other rot or anything underneath it. So, but then I'm taking this thing apart board by board to go check on that. Otherwise, I can just do the hack job that I did over here and just cut it out. So answer this pretty quickly because I need to know. We need to figure things out. All right, I gotta go put an axle in on my RV.